Imagine waking up to realize that you aren't just losing a lawsuit, you're losing the very industry that once called you its golden girl. For years, Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds have been the untouchables of Hollywood, a perfectly curated, billion-dollar brand of wit, baking, and red carpet perfection. But in the last 72 hours, that armor has officially shattered. We aren't just talking about a rift with a director anymore. We are talking about a Disney executive publicly calling a major star toxic and unpopular. We are seeing legal filings where the world's most famous couple is desperately trying to hide their bank accounts from a jury because they know the relatable mask is slipping. This isn't just a legal battle. It's a corporate autopsy of a dying brand. And the newest development suggests that while Blake is preparing for war, Ryan might be preparing for an exit strategy. The factual reality of this week's Disney Slam has sent shockwaves through the industry. On April 11th, a studio executive who has worked with Lively previously leveled a devastating critique, stating that the truth in Hollywood is that she was never that popular and has a long-standing reputation for being one of those people who always thinks she knows best. This wasn't just an anonymous jab, it was a signal that the studios are officially closing ranks. This comes just days after a judge gutted Lively's case against Justin Baldoni, dismissing her sexual harassment claims and leaving her with only a handful of retaliation-related counts. In response, Lively's legal team filed a motion on April 14th to prevent the jury from seeing her and Ryan's joint net worth. They are essentially arguing that their status as a power couple shouldn't be held against them, even as they sue for $161 million, a figure that many in the industry are calling delusional given the inactivity of her production company, Be for Effort. The public reaction to these newest developments has been a brutal vibe shift. Viral clips from the Daily Mail report are racking up millions of views, with the comment sections turning into a graveyard of King Kylie comparisons. People are calling this the mean girl fallout of the decade. The social media debate has focused heavily on Ryan Reynolds. For the first time, fans are asking, is he going to let her sink his ship? This escalated into a frenzy of divorce rumors after Ryan broke his long-standing tradition of birthday tributes and stayed silent during her major legal setbacks. While they were spotted together at a Wrexham match in March, the internet remains unconvinced, with viral theories suggesting that the happy couple photos are a calculated PR move to keep their shared business interests, like Mint Mobile and Aviation Gin, from tanking before a potential split. This situation escalated because the Lively brand was built on the idea of being the nice, funny, effortless girl next door. For context, when the It Ends With Us drama first leaked, the narrative was that she was a creative genius taking control of a difficult set. But the Disney executive's comments suggest the opposite, that she hijacked a production she didn't own and then used her massive social media platform to smear a colleague. This is everything about influencer culture in 2026. You can only use your authenticity as a weapon for so long before the industry turns it back on you. It affects their reputation by exposing the power couple as a pressure couple, people who use their A-list status to bully smaller creators, a narrative that is poison to a studio like Disney that prizes brand safety. Add original commentary and analysis. Why is the Disney executive SLAMS so lethal? Because Disney is Ryan Reynolds' home. With the Deadpool franchise and his various unscripted projects, Ryan is deeply embedded in the Disney ecosystem. When a Disney exec calls his wife toxic, they aren't just talking about Blake, they're firing a warning shot across Ryan's bow. It's a message that his goodwill has a limit, and that limit is his wife's $400 million legal war. The pacing of these developments feels like a countdown to a settlement. Short, punchy sentences in the trade publications are calling the May 18th trial date a suicide mission for Lively's career. Slower, more analytical tone during the breakdown of the Be for Effort failure shows that her reputation as a mogul was largely a mirage. We have to clearly separate the confirmed details from the online theories. It is a confirmed fact that 10 out of 13 of Lively's claims were dismissed. It is a confirmed fact that a Disney executive gave a scathing interview to the Daily Mail. The online theories, however, are suggesting that Ryan Reynolds has already consulted with divorce attorneys to shield his assets in case the Baldoni countersuit for $400 million succeeds. Fans are theorizing that the Wrexham PDA was a mandatory appearance stipulated by their joint branding contracts. There is also a viral theory that Taylor Swift's reported cooling toward Lively, manifested in a wedding guest list snub, is because Taylor's team warned her that being associated with a toxic bully narrative would hurt her own global profile. The analytical tone of the financial shielding motion is perhaps the most revealing. By trying to hide her net worth, Lively is admitting that the jury won't see her as a victim if they know she has hundreds of millions of dollars in the bank. It shows a fundamental lack of confidence in the heart of her case. Slower, more thoughtful threads are discussing how this trial is becoming a class war within Hollywood, the untouchables versus the working directors. This leads us to a bigger industry question. Can a power couple survive when one half becomes a liability? If Ryan Reynolds is begging for a settlement, it's because he knows that in 2026, you don't win a legal war in a courtroom, you win it in the stock market. His reputation as a genius marketer is currently being tested by the one product he can't seem to sell, his wife's innocence. The unresolved tension is the May 18th cliffhanger. If no settlement is reached, we are looking at a trial where every text message, every mean pool joke, and every behind-the-scenes screaming match will be read into the record. The future impact of this will be a rebranding of the celebrity marriage, moving away from the all-access joint branding that the Reynolds Lively's pioneered. The upcoming response possibility is a redemption interview. Expect to sit down with a friendly outlet where Blake attempts to pivot from mogul back to mother, emphasizing her family life to distract from the Disney Exec's toxic label. Ultimately, the story of Disney slamming Blake Lively isn't just about a movie. It's about the end of an era where being famous was enough to make you right. By the time a trial begins, the question won't be about who directed It Ends With Us. It will be about whether the king and queen of Hollywood can survive the very system they tried to dominate. Do you think a Disney executive speaking out like this is a sign that the industry is finally standing up to difficult A-listers, or is this just another corporate attempt to silence a powerful woman? Let's talk about it in the comments.